Hello everyone, my name is Kieran. Welcome back to another Manchester United live stream. Tonight I'm going to be doing a bit of a first on the channel really. I haven't done one of these ever for any of the games, but I've decided new season I'm going to try something different. So tonight we're going to be previewing the game a bit more tactically, and I'll be doing my lineup prediction separate to the actual game. So obviously the international break is over and I want to dive straight back into the regular Premier League football season, and what better to do that than with a lineup prediction and a bit more of a tactical look at the game. Welcome to Matthew Jones, welcome to the stream, thanks for joining. If you want to go check out United lads, their link as always is in the description down below. And welcome of course Red Army MUFC, thanks for coming back, thanks for joining us once again. Please leave a like guys if you haven't already. That would be absolutely fantastic. But I've got my predicted lineup and we're going to go through that in this stream, and also just look at the game tactically and look at how we're going to have to set up and how we're going to have to play if we are going to get the better of Watford. Now, just a bit on this game. Obviously, it is a must-win game for us. Back-to-back games are always must-win games, and we have to continue the form that we saw against Burnley. Obviously, Burnley, it's debatable how much of a test that actually was and how much, we can really take from that game considering Burnley's lack of form this season. But I do think for Premier League teams this season, Burnley will always be a very difficult place to go, and I don't think that will change this season. So I think picking up the 3 points relatively comfortably that we did last Sunday, it's a very good achievement for us, and I think a lot of teams are going to find it difficult to make it that easy for themselves. Welcome Asian Gamer, by the way, welcome to the stream guys, thanks for joining. By the way as well, if you haven't already, go and check out the last debate I did yesterday on the channel, where we were debating whether Paul Pogba could still become a Manchester United great with all the controversy and all the stuff surrounding him at the moment. Has he, lost faith? Has he lost touch with the fans, and can he still become a Manchester United great? I want to get your thoughts on that. So if you haven't already, go and check that out. It's up on the channel right now. But as I said, we're going to go through my predicted lineup for the Watford game, and obviously you guys can leave your thoughts on the predicted lineup as well in the live chat and things like that. And just any general comments as well. I want to hear from you guys. Any general comments about the game? Do you think it's a must-win game? And how do you think we should set up in order to win the game as well? And as always, as you always do, please do smash that like button. That'd be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, obviously it's a must-win game, and Watford this season are one of only 3 teams in the Premier League alongside Chelsea and Liverpool who've got a 100% start. So very impressive for Watford, who aren't really known for starting that well. Obviously, a few memes been going around saying that their start is very similar to Leicester's start when they won the league, and they were in a very similar position to Leicester last season when the season before Leicester won the league. So there's a lot of parallels between the two. So could Watford do a Leicester? Could Watford win the Premier League this season? Obviously, stop laughing. But anyway, let's get back to the matter in hand, the lineup preview. Look, I think there won't be too many changes from the Burnley game. I thought in the Burnley game we looked really good, and I don't think Jose Mourinho's going to change too much about it. I think we're going to keep the same formation, and yeah, I think we just need to replicate the performance we saw against Burnley. I think definitely, there's no question about it, it's going to be away from home, it's going to be hostile, it's going to be much more difficult than the Burnley game is, there's no doubt about that. And obviously the Watford players are coming into this game with a huge high, but I reckon our players are also coming into it with a decent bit of confidence as well, after that Burnley performance, proving to themselves that they can play as a team, play as a unit, and can come out the other side. So I think obviously with our quality, you would still say that we should be the favourites to win the game. But Watford are going into it hot. They really are hot on form, and they won't want to make it stop against Manchester United. Obviously, they also beat Spurs in their last game before the international break 2-1. So again, they've got a very, very good home record, and we lost to Spurs 3-0 as well. So technically, you could say Watford are better than us already by default. Matthew Jones says, I think we should go back to playing Bailly and Lindelof at the back. I enjoyed it against Burnley when we played Luke Shaw and Valencia playing further forwards. Thoughts on that, mate? Yeah, well, I think obviously, the centre-back partnership has been a a huge talking point for all, for all Man United fans, pundits, and things like that. And I would like to see it go back to Lindelof and Bailly, but I don't see that happening. I feel like in the Burnley game we saw Smalling. I think we saw Smalling and Lindelof, but I do think that Jose Mourinho is going to go back to Bailly. I feel like Bailly is going to get a chance in this game, and I feel like it's going to be Smalling and Bailly. But who knows? It's a bit of a lottery to see who is actually going to be, the centre-back partnership, the centre-back combination. No one really knows who it's going to be. Welcome, Sir Espinocha, by the way. Welcome to stream, mate. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Also, yeah, Luke Shaw, unfortunately, probably won't be able to play in this game, I don't think. I just think his injury, he won't be able to recover in time, which is really sad because he was on such good form. But football can be a cruel game sometimes, and it seems to have been very, very cruel to Luke Shaw as well. So hopefully he gets better sooner rather than later. And yeah, obviously, but I do like to see the fullbacks playing further forward. I do like to see us attack more, and I think every single United fan can vouch for me when they say, playing those fullbacks further forward, creating more chances up front is what we want to see. Is what we've been screaming out for, and we got that against Burnley, and hopefully we continue the same vein of form against Watford. Also, yeah, obviously the main bit about this is Diogo Dalot. Now, obviously he recently had a decent performance in the kind of under 20s, under 23s, and some United fans are saying he potentially could be ready to be called up to the first team squad. Now, in the thumbnail, put will he start? For me, I don't think he will start. But I think there's a big chance that he will have a part to play in the match, potentially even as a bench option or something like that. Welcome HB7, welcome to stream, mate. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. But yeah, I do think potentially he could have a place on the bench maybe or something like that. And I think Dalot is definitely up and coming. He will get his opportunity soon. And I think, actually, he will get his opportunity to fully start, probably against Derby County in the League Cup as well. So, I'm hoping that can be the case. Welcome, Mr. Mike HD. Welcome to stream, mate. Thanks for joining. If you haven't already, go check him out as well. Very, very good channel as well. And I'm pretty sure HB7 does have a channel, so go and check them all out. Go and check all the channels out. Really appreciate it, guys. But yeah, Matthew Jones says, I agree, Pogba's situation is still concerning, although I believe that he wants to stay and have some success under him. Well, look, I mean, the thing is, the Pogba situation, we talked about it in the last stream, but I do think, I do think that, the Pogba situation is a bit concerning, and, all this kind of drama we've had, all this speculation, is we don't need it. We really don't need it, at Manchester United, I think. We already have the papers, writing absolute nonsense about us, 24/7. We even had, people, proper like chief editors and journalists saying that if you write about Manchester United, you'll never go poor, and it's totally right, and it's good they admitted that, because I think everyone could see, because it seems like, most of the articles these days about football really is about Manchester United, and a lot of other clubs don't get written about too much, and yeah, it's annoying to see. It's annoying to see. But anyway, I digress on that. Oh yeah, there's a few comments up there. By the way, welcome to everyone who's just joined. Welcome to How to Draw Famous People. And welcome to ManUnitedMax. Welcome to stream, guys. And welcome Angelina Red. Welcome to stream, guys. If you haven't already, please do leave a like. Can we hit 10 likes, guys? That'd be absolutely fantastic if we could. And also feel free to weigh in on the debate as well. Do you think Dalot will start? And also, before I reveal my own predicted lineup, I want to see your guys' predicted lineups for the Watford game as well. Matthew Jones says, we have to start Valencia, although I'd love to see Dalot play against Watford. We have to play the senior players, possibly play Dalot on the left, but would most likely be Young. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I do think that Ashley Young is probably going to be the most likely person to kind of go in the place of Luke Shaw. Unfortunately, because I think, I'd love to see Dalot get a chance. I'm not sure if he's fully ready for it yet, but I do think Mourinho's going to go to Ashley Young, which is fair enough. I didn't think he had a great game against Brighton when he last played, and I was really happy that Luke Shaw came back into the team. But I think a lot of United fans definitely prefer Luke Shaw over Ashley Young, and I think Ashley Young is definitely a downgrade. But we'll have to wait and see. I think he's probably the only option we have, unless we go towards Matteo Darmian, which I hope that we don't. But anyway, I think it's a good time to go on to my lineup prediction, my predicted lineup. Obviously, you guys, as I said, leave your predicted lineups in the live chat. And just before I show you it, if you haven't already, guys, please do feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and also go and check out all the channels in the description down below. Angelino Red says, I think Shaw should be ready to play Saturday. Yeah, I mean, he could potentially. I'm going to spoil it now. He's not in my predicted lineup because I just don't think he's going to be ready. But he could be, and I hope he is. I really do hope he is. Matthew Jones has got his lineup there. He goes De Gea, Valencia, Lindelof, Jones, Young, Fred, Matic, Pogba, Lingard, Sanchez, and Lukaku. 4-3-3 formation. Well, I have gone with the 4-3-3 formation as well, and I'll show you it in 3, 2, 1. Oh, no. There we go. Right, there is my predicted lineup for the game. Hopefully you can still hear me and things like that. So here is my predicted lineup. Similar formation to you, Matthew. I've gone with the 4-3-3 formation. I've gone with Ashley Young at left back, De Gea in goal, obviously. I always seem to skip over David De Gea just because he's one of the only permanent fixtures in this team. So I've got with David De Gea in goal, Ashley Young at left back. Obviously, I don't think Luke Shaw will get back in time, but you never know. Angelino Red, I hope you're right, but I don't think he's going to get back in time, so I think he will be replaced by Ashley Young. 2 centre-backs, I've gone with Eric Bailly and Chris Smalling. Now, obviously, I do think Chris Smalling's going to get in there, but Eric Bailly is a bit of a contentious one. Obviously, we saw Lindelof and Smalling against Burnley, and I think there is every chance that Mourinho will go back to that. Mourinho, after we got the clean sheet, will say, you know what, let's just go with what works and play Smalling and Lindelof. But I would like to see Bailly coming back into the team because I think, obviously, against Brighton, he made a few mistakes, but, defenders have bad games, and, I feel like the treatment of Bailly after that game, isn't really justified, so I'm hoping he can get back into that side. And obviously Antonio Valencia on the right side. Then I've gone with a 3 in midfield. Now, there's one certain Belgian player who you've seen in that side and probably go, why on earth are you playing him? But I actually thought against Burnley, Fellaini was one of our standout performers, and I thought he was really, really good. And for all the hate that he gets, for all the kind of, Man United fans who don't want him in the club, I thought Fellaini actually played really well. And whilst he's in good form, I feel like we should exploit that and should play him in the midfield. I've also gone with Fred and Pogba just to have that sort of creativity, next to Fellaini because, Fellaini's about as creative as a 2-year-old. I think the Fellaini, Fred and Pogba will be a nice little combination in there. Obviously, potential for Nemanja Matic to play instead of Fred. But I do hope that, Fred gets a chance against Watford as well. And then the front three, of course. Now, obviously, there's loads of confusion. Obviously, Rashford cannot play. So Martial may get the chance. And I think Martial will be the kind of front and centre, the first substitute, the first attacking substitute, and will take the role on the bench that Rashford had. Obviously, Rashford, if you don't remember, is suspended for 3 Premier League games after his red card against Phil Bardsley. So, obviously Rashford can't play, so I'm going with a front 3 of Sanchez on the left, Lukaku up front and Jesse Lingard on the right. Now, I thought Lingard against Burnley actually did all right. He looked really busy, looked like he was getting into decent areas and creating a few chances. And I think Lingard for England as well didn't do too badly when he came on. Lukaku been doing really well for Belgium, scored 2 against Burnley, should have had much, much more, but he just wasn't clinical enough. And against Watford, trust me, he needs to be clinical because, I don't think we're going to get loads and loads of chances against them. And then Sanchez, I thought against Burnley, he didn't do too badly, so hopefully he can continue his good vein of form. But that is my lineup prediction, and I think if we set up like this, I think we can get the win against Watford. But it will definitely be really, really tough. There's no doubt about it. It will be very, very tough. A few of you guys have been commenting. Welcome, Mike Talks Football. Welcome to the stream, mate. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate it. If you want to go check out Mike, please do and go and check him out. Some very, very good content, great watch-alongs, and just general insightful football content. So go and check out Mike Talks Football. I really enjoy watching your streams, mate, by the way. So keep it up. How to Draw Famous People says, when's the next stream, Mike? Oh, right, that's not a question for me. Matthew Jones says, true, but why not play our £50 million player? I understand that away teams like Watford, we would need Fellaini to protect the back, but I would still play Fred. Yeah, obviously, I've still got Fred in the team with Pogba. Pogba, Fred, and Fellaini. I feel like that's a decent combination. I think, it's got that combination of stability with Fellaini, who's able to take it down on his chest and play it about. And also, Fellaini is very, very good at kind of, is quite good at shielding the back four as well. And I just thought he played well against Burnley, and I felt like he needed to be rewarded for that. How to Draw Famous People says, my prediction, line up De Gea, Darmian by Jones, Valencia, Fellaini, Fred, Pogba, Sanchez, Lukaku and Martial. It's a 4-3-3. Well, for me, I'm not sure if Darmian's going to get in there, but buying Jones could definitely be a potential centre-back partnership. And Martial starting as well for you instead of Lingard. Well, fair play. I think Martial, it would be interesting to see him start, but I don't think he's going to do that, to be honest. Angelina says, true, but Matic is Mourinho's man. He's Mourinho's most favourite player. Yeah, that is something to take into consideration. I think, Matic is obviously someone who he adored at Chelsea, and he seems to be adoring at Manchester United. And fair play to Matic, he does do a decent job in the midfield. He's very good at shielding it, and is overall quite good on the ball. But I just feel that Fellaini played really well against Burnley, so I feel like he should be rewarded. But yeah, potentially Matic and Fred are kind of the only two interchangeable ones I can see from my lineup. I feel like, Mourinho against Burnley didn't want to play Fred, and we won the game. We won the game, but I think Fred, against that Burnley midfield, I don't think Fred would have had any problems, to be honest, because they didn't hold up too much of a fight. So, anyway, obviously keep leaving your thoughts in the live chat, and feel free also to leave a like on the stream as well. I'd really, really appreciate that, guys. DLM75 wanted to stream, mate. Thanks for joining. If you want to go check out DLM's channel, his link is in the description down below, so go and check him out. And yeah, I saw your video today, DLM, as well. And yeah, if you want to go check him out, check out his video, please do. I really would appreciate it, and I'm sure he would appreciate it as well. How to Draw Famous People said, did you see Jose Mourinho fall over in Wembley? Yeah, I saw that video. Yeah, it was hard to watch. It was actually hard to watch. I was wincing a bit when I saw him fall down. But yeah, it was quite funny. It was quite funny, I've got to say. Matthew Jones says, it's very concerning about Martial. He needs match time. Well, potentially he could get, he might get his chance off the bench against Watford, obviously because Rashford is injured. But yeah, it does seem that Mourinho seems to be favouring, Rashford over Martial, and that is why he hasn't really been getting pitch time. Obviously, of course, when Sanchez came into Manchester United, Martial kind of got put to the side, and his career has kind of gone backwards since then, which is very, very annoying, because when he first burst onto the scene in 2016 against Liverpool, it was unbelievable, and it was so good to see. But he hasn't really kicked on since then and become the player that we all thought he could. And I think a lot of people put the blame at Mourinho's door for that one. DLM says, still don't know what to do with my channel. Yeah, obviously, dude, what I'd say is, if you are enjoying making the streams, I wouldn't worry about the numbers. I really wouldn't. I think if you're enjoying it and it makes you happy, don't worry about what anyone says or does. I make these streams because I enjoy it. I enjoy making them. I enjoy talking to the people, who join the streams. So yeah, that's what I'd say. But obviously, you guys can help him out as well. Feel free, and also feel free to check out his channel as well. Mike says, been really impressed with the fullbacks of Watford so far, especially Holebas, who has the most assists I think in the league. Do you think Valencia and Young will be able to cope with their threat? It's a great question. I think our defensive record so far this season would definitely suggest no. But and obviously with the fact that Luke Shaw isn't playing, and we'll probably have to see Ashley Young, who is a bit of an old crock. It's a bit concerning. It definitely is a bit concerning. And I've got to say, the form that Watford are on is special. It really is special to watch. From Watford point of view, and I think they're going to really get behind their team, and they're going to go into that game with a lot of confidence. But I think Holebas, I think he's going to be a real threat, and I think You know, you could. I'm not going to sit here and say Watford aren't going to score, because I feel like they will score. I feel like they've got too much threat not to. But yeah, it's going to be very, very difficult to contain Holebas, and I do rate him as a player. I think even you know, even like kind of previous seasons when he's played for Watford, I think he's been quite underrated. So, you know, fair play to him. And if he does get an assist, I will be annoyed, obviously, but I can't lie. I'm not going to say I didn't see it coming. Matthew Jones says, I hope we see the Pogba that was at Juventus, a player that glances past players and can score 20 goals a season. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, the obvious argument to that would be, you know, he's not playing for Juventus anymore, and maybe it's because you know, that they're not we can't get the best out of, you know, the players that Pogba is playing around can't really, you know, get the best out of Paul Pogba, which is sad, because obviously we paid £89 million for him, and I mean, obviously the money situation in football is what it is, and you know, prices are definitely going to be inflated to what they are, especially when you know that Manchester United want to buy your player. But I do think that, you know, for a player of that size, a player of that kind of stature, a player of that kind of what's the word? You know, someone who's worth that much money, I feel like he should be able to come into a team and continue playing well. But maybe it's Jose Mourinho. Maybe it's Jose Mourinho's tactics who are stifling Paul Pogba. Who knows? But I totally agree. We need to get the best out of Pogba, because when we get the best out of Pogba, we win games. There's no doubt about it. Last season, when Pogba was playing well in a game, when he scored, we always seemed to win. So, you know, we need to get the best out of Pogba if we are going to get anywhere this season. And we haven't done that so far. How Draw Famous People says Decore and Pereira. Yeah, those are two players who are really difficult. I think we were actually linked to Abdoulaye Decore as well, I think, last summer. And I think he's a decent player. He really is a decent midfielder. You know, he's strong. You know, gets box to box as well. He's just solid. He really is a, you know, he really is a solid player, and I think both of those players are definitely a threat. How to Draw Famous People. I totally agree. And we're gonna have to look out for them. I mean, Pereira, it looks like a top 6 attacking player. Never mind a Watford player, although Watford are in the top 6 incidentally. But no, I think, you know, Pereira is definitely going to be a threat. I mean, he was always a threat for Watford. He was always a player who had a lot of skill and was very, very good at creating chances. And I think, you know, the way he started this season, he's been absolutely electric. And hopefully he won't be as electric against us, but you never know. But hopefully we need to stifle him. I think if we stifle Pereira and stifle the service to the likes of Deeney, then I think we'll be all right. But we need to make sure we stifle those potential threats. Thanks for joining. How to Draw Famous Favourite People. Appreciate it, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining. If you aren't already, please leave a like. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Can we get to 10 likes on this stream? That is the question. Please do help me out. That'd be absolutely brilliant. Also, if you haven't already, guys, go and check out the debate we did yesterday about Paul Pogba and whether he could ever become a Manchester United great. Go and check that out. It's on the channel right now, so go and check it out. Welcome FD5 on the stream, mate. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it, mate. And go and check out FD5's channel as well. Go and check him out. I would really appreciate it. I'm sure he would appreciate it as well. So if you haven't already and do like FIFA, things like that, obviously FIFA 19 coming up as well. I might get that. I definitely will get that. I'm not sure why I'm saying I might. I definitely will get it. And there might be some FIFA content, Man United career modes, things like that coming for the channel. But if you do want to see some great FIFA content, go and check out FD5. Yeah, go and check it out. And I'm sure he'd appreciate that as well. But thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. DLM says, I tip Watford to do a Leicester. Well, I mean, if Watford do a Leicester, I mean, miracles do come true. To be honest with you, I was wrong about Leicester at the time, and I think a lot of people were saying this when Leicester won the league. I was saying that they didn't have the stamina. You know, they would win a few games, but they would come up against a really decent side, and they would be given a battering, and then they would just get derailed. But Leicester just seemed to keep on going and going, and I'm hoping that with Watford, if Watford do a Leicester, they're going to have to beat us on Saturday, and I'm hoping that's not the case. But you know what? The way they've started has got a lot of parallels with the Leicester season, so maybe, just maybe. But I tell you what, that'd be a massive advert for the Premier League as well. And yeah, oh yeah, as Matthew Jones says there, go and check out all the links in the description down below. Go check out their channels. They're all channels which I genuinely rate, so go and check them out. But yeah, I guess I'll give my score prediction for the game. Obviously, I will be doing a proper preview for the game as well. Yeah, I will be doing a proper preview. This is just like my lineup preview and stuff, so it's probably not going to be like the longest stream I've ever done, but I will be doing a kind of proper preview for the Watford game. But my score prediction, if I'm going to say it now, it might be different to when I do the preview, either tomorrow or Friday, I'm not too sure. But my score prediction for the Watford game, I'm feeling hopeful after that Burnley result. Yes, it was only Burnley, but I'm feeling hopeful. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. 2-1 win to Manchester United. I'm feeling hopeful. I think Lukaku will get one. And I think potentially Chris Smalling, if he plays, will get one. I feel like it's a game where Chris Smalling can get his juicy head onto a ball, onto a cross from Jesse Lingard, back of the net. And I'm hoping we win 2-1. I do feel that, unfortunately, with the way Watford are playing, and the fact they're at home with their home crowd, I just don't see them not getting a goal. So I feel like Watford are going to score at some point, and I feel like it will be Troy Deeney, because Deeney has haunted us a lot before. So yeah, I feel like it's going to be 2-1 United, but that's just the optimist in me, really. You guys, of course, get your thoughts and predictions in right now. FD5 says 2-1 Watford, Okaka brace. Well, I mean, that's to be fair, it's a fair enough prediction, I've got to say. It's fair enough. The way Watford are playing and the way we've been playing coming into this game, you would have to say that Watford are potentially one of the favourites. I mean, I don't think they are the favourites, but, on paper, they've won 4 out of 4. We've won, what, 2 out of 4? We've only won half of our games, so, yeah, I don't know. Look, I'm confident, but not confident at the same time, if that makes sense, because the way Watford are playing does worry me. It does worry me, but there you go. Matthew Jones said Jones has reportedly smashed Luke Shaw's leg in training. I tell you what, I'm not sure if that's real. I haven't been able to check like Twitter or anything, but if that is real, he's such an absolute clumsy twat. Phil Jones, I'm sorry. I swear he was injured. I swear he like hobbled off the pitch against Spurs or something. But oh my gosh, if that actually happened. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I mean, I don't know why Phil Jones is still at this club. I really don't. FD5 says, well, I didn't even notice, but Arsenal are ahead of United in the table. Yeah, I know. It's a sad day. It's a sad day when that happens. I remember when that happened in, I think, well, no, the season before last. Mourinho's first season. But we got our own back on that one. But yeah, it's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? It is a bit embarrassing. But hopefully we can bring ourselves back up, and hopefully Arsenal can come back down as well, because against Cardiff, they almost slipped up. Almost. And really, they didn't exactly deserve to win that game. I mean, I'm not sure what you guys thought about that, but I don't think they really deserved it. The Price HD, welcome to the stream. Welcome back, mate. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. He says, hey, man, what's going on? Not too much, but thanks for joining, mate. Appreciate it. If you aren't already, please do leave a like. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And obviously, go and check out all the channels in the description down below. But yeah, I mean, look. On a tactical point of view, I think it's going to be a very physical matchup. But I think Watford really... I think Watford, I think Watford are going to be, quite physical, but I think Watford do play some really nice football, and we saw that in their first opening 4 games. But they're also very, very good from set pieces. We saw that against Spurs, both of their goals coming from corners, and so we're not exactly renowned for our good defending off crosses, so it could potentially be a real danger. So we need to stop the threat from crosses. They've got a really good delivery with Ricardo Pereira, and also their fullbacks, Holebas was mentioned as well, could put in a really, really good ball. So defending from crosses is going to be something which really, it's something which we are really going to have to, work on, and really going to have to, focus on if we are going to win this game. So yeah, I think that's one of the main tactical points I'd raise. And also we just need to be more clinical in front of goal. I think Lukaku, Lukaku needs to be more clinical. Against Burnley, yes, he scored 2 goals, but he should have had 4. He really should have had potentially 5 goals as well. So Look, the thing is, I love Lukaku. I think he's a decent striker. I think he can be a clinical striker, but he just doesn't show it often enough. Similar to Pogba, he can be such a great midfielder for us, but he doesn't show it enough. So I'm hoping that both of those players can show their can kickstart their form against Watford. It'd be a great start, and I think we really have to win this game. We really, really do. The Price HD says there's a new rumour that Jose is going to have to miss this game because of personal reasons, and the assistant, will have to manage us. So maybe that might shake things up. Well, I mean, that'll be interesting, won't it? It'll be interesting seeing somebody else on the sidelines. Obviously, he did get rid of Rui Faria before the start of this season, and some United fans were likening that to the reason as to why we're not really playing well. So I don't know, but I think it will be interesting if that does happen. If Mourinho doesn't attend the match and we see somebody else, it'll be interesting. I think it'll probably be Kieran McKenna. I think it'll be Kieran McKenna and Michael Carrick. So that partnership will get a chance to shine potentially. But yeah. But anyway, guys, I'm probably going to end it here. I will be doing a proper preview for the Watford game where I just give my score prediction and sort of, give you guys kind of how the game's going to go. But obviously, if you are watching this as a video, please do leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, as always. And subscribe to the channels if you're new. Go and check out all the channels in the description down below. And yeah, please do leave a like if you haven't already. I do apologise, it's not one of my longer streams, but it was just a bit of a tactical preview going through my lineup. Just to remind you of my lineup before we go, it is David De Gea, Ashley Young at left back, Bailly, Smalling and Valencia, Pogba, Fellaini and Fred, Sanchez, Lukaku and Lingard. That is my predicted lineup. You guys in the comment section down below, get your predicted lineups in, and I might give out a prize or something like that for the one that wins. I'm not sure what it is. Potentially like a shout out on Twitter, something like that. So if you want to, feel free to get your lineups in the comment section down below. Predict your lineups, and if they do come true, I will give you a shout out on my Twitter. My Twitter is in the description down below as well. If you want to go check me out, that'd be absolutely fantastic. It's where I tweet out all the streams, so you'll get notified every time I go live. On that note, please do hit the notification bell as well, so you do get notified every time I go live. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much to everyone who has tuned into this stream. I really appreciate all of your support. Go and check out all the channels I mentioned in the stream and all the channels in the description down below. But thank you so much for watching, guys. You've been absolutely fantastic, and I might see you tomorrow or Friday with the real preview for this game. But to everyone who's watched today and everyone who will watch me and everyone who's ever watched me, thanks so much for watching, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys in a bit.